And it looks like we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mind Your Biz. My name is Seth.
And I'm Mrs. Mind Your Biz.
And your mic is off.
My mic is off. Oh, no. Good morning. Mrs. Mind Your Biz here.
Hey, and welcome back to the show. If you're not already subscribed, we're going to be turning lights on here in the studio. Very lazy spring break holiday here at the Mind Your Biz residence. But we're going to be going through some of the studio setup. But before we do, quick reminder that you tune in to Mind Your Biz for 360-degree market analysis. Yes, for tutorials as well on hardware, reviews for hardware wallets, reviews for software wallets, reviews for, mining gear still. We don't do reviews on our mining gear quite as often anymore, quite as frequently. We're not as heavily focused on mining as we used to be, but still very pro proof of work, still very pro crypto infrastructure. And we think that you should be applying this as part of your crypto investment strategy. That said, is this actually investment advice?
No, these are all opinions. You can do your own research and not get wrecked.
Yeah, just a reminder, you have to do your own research or you will get wrecked. That's just the reality. And I mean, I hate to make it's such a meme, right? DYOR, but it's true, right? So Mama Biz, let's jump straight into the Fear and Greed Index. What do we got today?
We're up at 62. Well, I guess that's down just a little from yesterday, but up from last week, which was at 59. So, it looks like we take little bumps along the way, and then it just pops right back up.
Yeah, basically, it is kind of a sawtooth pattern. We have that kind of interruption. I mean, it just keeps on, keeps on trucking. Right? That's the big thing is that it is an indicator that is sentiment, and people's sentiment people are wishy-washy. It can move up and down. We got a couple folks in the chat. John Germain saying good morning. Gordon Murray saying what's up? Just got here and already I've been red screened. Yep. We had to do it. I should have red screened the last episode. Let's see. John Germain says LOL. Automatic Pete's also says, good morning, miners. Thank you so much for being here with us. Let me just double check to make sure that, that's so weird. It's such a weird readout on, the YouTube streaming dashboard. So I apologize for that. But we've got all kinds of news lined up.
Oh, boy.
We've got news about foreign territories that still want to have you bring your crypto investments and your crypto companies, the projects they want you to build over in their countries because, frankly, the United States doesn't seem to want us to innovate or build here. So other countries that are offering their services, offering their shores. We've got market manipulation. We've got AI news, and it's actually pretty important. We need to talk about the ethics of AI before it starts spilling over into crypto, before it starts spilling over into market manipulation, before it starts spilling over into doing things at a superhuman rate that we cannot predict. We talked about this before, but let me little teaser on the content we go over for today's show. We're really good as humans at taking a look at linear progression, right? You throw a ball or sort of typically observable applied physics. If I throw a ball to you, you don't even have to be a very well-trained athletic person to be able to visually track the ball in the air and catch it.
Hopefully.
Right? Most of the time, right?
Most people.
Yeah, most of the time. There might still be some, the basketball, a jammed finger or two. Somebody might get a black eye, break their nose. You can't quite catch the thing. But you can still largely can see it coming.
Yes.
So we're really good at those sort of very simple curves and the simple linear physics, right? And linear progression. We're very good even at falling objects, right? And even though it is exponential, there's terminal velocity. We're pretty good at figuring out, okay, that's as fast as that's going to move, and then we're good. We're not very good at observing and predicting the outcome of exponential movement. It's not natural.
Yeah.
It's totally not natural. You'd have to be able to, from outer space, observe something continuing to accelerate and accelerate and accelerate, and then be able to observe it. We don't have enough evolutionary experience to kind of map that mentally and look at it and say, okay, that's going to start moving really, really fast. And before we know it, that's going to start moving at the speed of light. That's not something we can even imagine at all. And AI has put us on it's put us on the event horizon for that sort of motion. We can't grasp it.
Right.
We're so close. We're so much closer than people realize. And I've been sharing with you some of my concerns. I mean, stable diffusion, finally getting hands and fingers right.
Yeah.
watershed moment.
That was a big, like, oh, now I really can't tell if this is real or not.
Right. And we're not even getting really fancy with the application of what AI can do yet.
Yeah.
We're just using it for deep fakes, and people, are using it for like revenge, pardon the expression, but like revenge porn pictures and like crazy stuff that's political to try to, cause media manipulation. We haven't gotten into its final form where it can absolutely dominate every other human endeavor ever created, ever done, ever undertaken. So we're so much closer than people realize to like total mayhem. Gordon Murray is looking forward to an abundance or a smorgasbord of news. Let's see. Gordon Murray asks, what if AI can solve nuclear fusion? I mean, that's the hope. The only issue is that we would then, if we put it into the hands of a superintelligence, we have to leave our safety in the hands of a superintelligence. We cannot allow it to ever grow past what humans can then decode and debug on their own.
I don't know. Should we call it Skynet if we do that?
Maybe we should. Hey, we've also got Paul D saying, I'm a scoundrel and unethical. Can I be an AI? Chia to 10K? Hey, there's the thing, man. Yes. If you can manage to get AI to pump your Chia bags to 10K, then, of course, you have my blessing. You asked permission, and now you have it. There you go. All right, moving back into our content. Let's take a look at our current Bitcoin price. This is going to be, I think, helpful and instructive for the current market sentiment. Our chopsticks are still giving us some strong guidance as far as the channel that it's operating inside of, though we are crabbing sideways technically from the last rejection of that line, and broadly the rejection of that line. We're still on the 1-day chart here, so nothing fancy. And the MACD has flipped into a bearish histogram, right? We already had a convergence event. It's diverging towards the bearish side here. The MACD, the moving average, convergence, divergence.
Oh, is that what that is?
That's what that is. This little channel down here. What does it even tell us? It tells us that it's diverged, and it is now printing a bearish pattern.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's not Mac the Knife.
It's not Mac the Knife.
That's totally where my brain went. Moonhead singing, snapping his fingers.
Yeah, right.
I am that old.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooze in life. There we go. I was trying to think of it. Yeah. This is Bitcoin. Ooze in life. All right.
Dinner. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to. Hey, thumbs up for the Mind Your Biz musical crypto show. I know we've already got Piano Maddie B. Just calm down. There can be multiple people who sing, right? I'm just saying.
There can be more than one musician in the world.
I mean, I don't know if there really can be, but I would like to tell myself that there could be more than one musician in the world.
Okay.
Is that a crazy idea, audience? Thumbs up. Let us know. Anyway, Crypto Mikkel's in the chat says, Uncle Seth. What's up, Crypto Mikkel? Thank you for stopping by. And Paul D says, I'm really old and I didn't get the reference. It's all right. It's okay. We don't have to all watch the same stuff, consume the same media.
You don't remember the old commercial? It was a McDonald's? Anyway, there was like an old commercial with like a Mac the Knife character. Like he's singing Mac the Knife, but he's singing about burgers. And it's a guy with a big moon head.
I barely remember that character, but I mean, I know Mac the Knife. Hey, so here's the thing. Satchmo sang it, right? So I covered it.
Mac the Knife?
Yes.
I don't remember.
He covered it.
Probably.
It's an old jazz song. It's basically a standard now.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. Jazz before it started to get abstract and kind of weird, moving towards the hip hop fusion days where it's like, oh, we have to be different somehow. Just chill. Not all jazz is equal. But yeah. Jumping back into our chart here, though, it looks like we don't need to place the chopsticks anywhere else, but we do have that double top right there, those two attempts at breakout right there. Rejected. Let's see, top of those candles rejected at 28,000, and a lot of people were saying that. I mean, as far as the technicians that are out there saying, like, staking their reputation on whether or not Bitcoin will go up or down based on what they say, I've been hearing from some of them that because we've had resistance below $30,000, yeah, maybe we don't see runaway $1 million Bitcoin in 90 days. Oh no.
That's okay. That's really okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not really eager to see the dollar completely implode. Just me.
That's weird. You don't want to see our live. You don't want to see what we have in the bank right now completely disappear immediately overnight. These are treacherous times. We're supposed to have been prepared for this with Bitcoin, but it just doesn't quite fix this. They're trying to shut down on-ramps and off-ramps. They have been for a while. And there are not enough people accepting crypto for it to be a circular Bitcoin economy. We would need to get to that point. But let's take a look at the other assets in the crypto market cap.
Doge!
Oh, you don't say. Doge? Wow.
What happened?
How could that possibly have pumped? Who could possibly have helped to manipulate this?
Who could have done that?
Yeah, no way. Well, first off, let me jump into my main. There we go. Make sure nothing is going on there. Hey, guess what I'm dealing with right now? Yep. I've got an account block right now. I am in Twitter jail at the moment. And I have been for a few days. It's a little frustrating because some of the stuff that I normally post, I can't post. Some of people have even been saying nice things about me on Twitter, and I can't even say thank you.
Oh,
it really pains me.
That's very sad.
Yeah, there's been a couple of announcements that I'd like to go and interact with, but yeah.
Let me get my violin out. I'll play it for you.
Yeah, Austin Springer says, "Wait, you guys have money in the bank?" I know, dude. Right? We totally don't, but we pretend to when we're on stream. That's the funny thing. Yeah, we have kids. We have kids in the house, not money in the bank. You literally can't have both at the same time. This is scientifically proven, a fact, confirmed. But yeah, so we got a little that going on. But you take a look at the top left corner there, right? And the Twitter logo itself has been replaced by the Doge logo. Let's right click that. And oh, you know what? That's funny. It's not letting me see the image. Let's inspect that though. I'm really curious. Why are you not? Oh my gosh. That's so cool. It's an SVG. It's actually a scalable vector graphic path. I thought it was an image.
Okay, translate. That was all nerd talk to me.
I know it's all jargon, but this is kind of cool. So as far as the way that they put the little Doge logo there, instead of it being an image that they were making like Photoshop or something and place it there, they you can see right here. I'm gonna open this up again, off to the right hand side, right there. See where it says path. Path is D equals, and then M2, et cetera, all those dots right there. Those are coordinates, and those coordinates, what they do is they tell the computer how to render the lines. So all of that little string of data right there tells the computer to make that image right there. You know, actually, maybe I'm overthinking it. Let's see. No, that's actually it. I think it's actually.
Were we watching that code
just
change real
VBox.
time?
It is. So.
Sorry.
No. Anyway, the point is, yeah, there's that. Paul D is talking about the longest any crypto stream made it without a reference to a project that is also pumping. Well, let's just see. Is it pumping? Is it worth mentioning right now? Let's take a look. Oh. Well, okay. Fair enough. We have some projects that are just not doing well over the last 24 hours. So, yeah. So there you go. Paul D got his wish. Caspa is dumping. That was what you wished for, right? Okay. But there it is. You got your wish. It is the last 24 hours biggest loser. But it just happens, right? When you have a tremendous run up in some assets, they just have to retrace. They have to chill out a little bit, right? They need a cool off period. Too much irrational exuberance in the retail markets, too much money flowing in, and it has to cool off. That's just reality. Kind of it's always a sawtooth pattern. Things never go perfectly up and to the right, So, yeah. But let's see. Mama Biz, what other assets stand out to you on crypto bubbles today?
Let's see. CRV, what's that?
CRV is Curve.
Curve?
Yeah, the Curve DAO token. And Curve is the most forked code base in cryptocurrency. Oh, you know what though, Paul D? You missed. You wrote minus 5.9. By the way, that changed right in front of your eyes to
it was. He was right. It was 5.9, and then it went like bloop bloop 6.1.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, CRV. This is one of the most frequently forked and copied code bases in DeFi because of the way that it offers yield. So it's pretty powerful. The Curve protocol, like the Curve code base. So the DAO that governs Curve, the platform, it's experiencing a little bit of a pump because of the way it's helping people right now to maintain their portfolios. So it's kind of funny that even though we don't have DeFi in the top spot, right, for the market cap, it still kind of matters, right? Getting yield on crypto when the dollar is not offering yield and it's only getting inflation, pretty important to most people. Most investors are looking at it that way. But let's take a look at the rest of our news. We've got, let's see, a tweet causing wreckage. What's this all about?
So I guess his name is Kobe.
Kobe, yep.
He posted a tweet that he heard a rumor that CZ was being red flagged by Interpol and was going to get arrested. But it was just a rumor. However, as things go with rumors on Twitter, it did cause some effect in the market. That hit the BNB token. Is that right?
Yeah, it did. Yeah. And I think we can see it right there on Crypto Bubbles as well. Then again, you know what? Where is BNB?
I don't know.
So it didn't show. There it is. Just over here.
Yeah, little guy.
Yeah, a little recovery, a little blip. But yeah, I mean, there you go. Tweets do matter, especially from cults of personality, Kobe and others. But yeah, apparently there's a bit of an issue there. But yeah. So, and it's kind of funny. They do sort of talk about how this is the clout chasing. It's your garden variety internet clout chasing, right? So said if the prediction had come true, he would have likely revealed the input string to claim his internet points. However, if the prediction turned out to be false, the tweet could have been deleted or ignored without any repercussions. This is a common tactic used on Twitter, and sometimes it's used on YouTube as well, right? You make a bold prediction, a bold claim in either direction, and you just delete the one that didn't come true.
Yeah, but I guess it sticks out to me just how little things like what we're just looking at today, the how this affected Binance and Doge. You put a little Doge thing up in the corner, suddenly Elon Musk is making a lot of money, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then, if we go back a little bit, all it took was a few tweets from CZ to take FTX down.
Yeah,
that's what got the ball rolling.
Yes,
yes, it was already insolvent. There were already problems there, but all it took was somebody on Twitter
pointing
kind
out
of
there's smoke,
ringing the bell, or where there's smoke, there's fire, and then boom, you had a run on it, and it was like that was it.
Yeah, you don't want the CZ smoke.
But now CZ's on fire.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, we'll see. I don't know.
See.
I mean, I think it hasn't been confirmed that there's no truth to the Interpol allegations, but
it doesn't. It's rumors don't take long to be confirmed. I mean, what was it? Who was it? Justin Sun. There were rumors going around that he didn't have an ambassadorship anymore, and apparently it had been that way for 8 months. It just hadn't been revealed publicly.
How sad that he was denying it 8 months after the fact, publicly denying it 8 months after the fact, and it's like, dude. Really, as your PR strategy, you can't just lean into it and figure out how to frame this?
Right.
It's kind of silly. But there's a CoinDesk covering a little bit about this as well. The tweet took place, and apparently the token price kind of went down a little bit yesterday. But I don't know if that actually had that much of a long-term effect. I just don't think it's going to be a huge problem. Oh, encrypted using the SHA-256 hash function. That's just hilarious. It's not, it secures many cryptocurrencies. As far as it being a hash function that secures anything individually, a single SHA-256 hash, members of the audience, as many of you are miners, a SHA-256 hash is trivial on even a modern phone. It doesn't take much to do a SHA-256 hash or to run something through a SHA-256 hash.
What is a SHA-256 hash?
Well, a hash function is a mathematical function that takes any string of text and then standardizes it to an output of only so many characters. And but it's kind of the simplest way to put it. It's a mathematical function that is a one-way operation, supposed to be a one-way operation. But it can be decoded the other way. So, but SHA-256 is now It's well studied. It is well optimized. And so most modern processors are not very competitive in doing SHA-256 hashes. That's why, for example, we have that Antminer, that little ASIC that it's really good at mining SHA-256. And yeah, phones and desktop processors and stuff, they've gotten really good too, but not as good as those. So the point is, it's not as exotic as it used to be. Paul D is asking the CFTC versus Elon on Doge. Maybe. I don't know. Possibly.
I think he was asking for them to, I saw a headline somewhere in the news that he was asking for them to stop the judgment against him or something.
Oh my.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, let me see if
that
I can
was
pull
2 days
that up.
ago.
And I think you did have that earmarked. And I think,
well, there's just so much in the news.
There really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so much. But apparently, Elon made that the front page and it pumped Doge by like almost 30% overnight. So you're right. With the holdings that he has, he can divest a small amount and that's already several millions in profit. So,
this was a similar tactic, wasn't it, to something he did a while back with Bitcoin, where didn't his company buy a bunch of Bitcoin and pump it and drop it or something like that?
Yeah, basically, yeah. They sold it and said, we wanted to test the market liquidity for Bitcoin, see if it's actually legit.
And then they wound up like making more money from Bitcoin than they had in all of their holdings for Tesla.
Yes.
As I understand it.
That is accurate.
Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of funny. Yeah. But I mean, even that, like all of their earnings from Tesla kind of pale in comparison to the subsidies they get from federal contracts. It's kind of a crazy game. Most people think of business as though it's cut and dried. It's like, no, profit over loss. Oh, no, you have to provide value and you sell something of value. It's like, no, you get to business at that level and you're working so many little advantages. And then, tax advantages too, right? To minimize your tax liability. Right. There's so much that they do at that level that just not because we're dumb, but because we don't have enough experience and hands-on in that domain that like we wouldn't even think of. It's like, Main Street America. I was like, well, I make it a donut and then I sell the donut for this much. And then, I make it's so tight here because we're paying taxes like plebs at the highest possible rate. And then we get past a certain threshold of earnings and the IRS sticks it to us even more. And it's like you get past that level of having a business that has, over 20 million or 50, whatever the threshold is, that you have to start thinking this way adversarially. And you have these asset protection strategies that are like way beyond.
It doesn't have to be at that level for you to be thinking about how you protect your money. I mean,
it shouldn't be, right?
What people don't seem to understand, like the general masses don't seem to understand, is how corporations help them to maintain their money.
Yeah. On that note,
everybody can have a corporation.
You're right.
It's not just
segue.
for rich, wealthy, robber barons.
You are correct. I approve this message. Thank you, Mrs. Mind Your Biz. Let's segue into Bermuda. So, as far as that segue into Bermuda, apparently Bermuda is still open to crypto firms, and they want for other businesses to set up there. Yeah. Paul D is saying, sell donuts, get carbon credits. Yeah, that's just it. You could practically establish that narrative as a Main Street American business. You can sell the donuts, you can reclaim certain kinds of grease, or you can have some kind of a green energy narrative. You can get carbon credits. You think it's a joke. It's really not. Or whatever. You can sell sugar water. You can sell nicotine water if you want to do something as evil and stupid as selling, say, like vape juice. It's like a genuine blight on society, but you can do anything like that, and you can still find these strategies to carve off more profit margin for yourself and for your business.
Okay, so small tangent, but still related. Yeah. That reminds me of a law in Texas. Texas has ridiculously high real estate taxes, but if you can get an ag or wildlife exemption, you pay literally pennies, like $12 a year or something for your real estate taxes. And all you have to do is, like, in some cases, put up a little bird box and keep a camera on it to show that you're running it.
Yeah, or whatever, or you can do it like a deer feeder, any kind of like wildlife, like a game feeder station. Like
depending on what wildlife. But that's simple to save you literally tens of thousands of dollars a year. Yeah,
there you go, life hacks. You heard them here first. But Bermuda is trying to get you to take your business over there. And they say the future of finance is digital. They still believe that Bermuda is the way to go. So yeah, they're hanging out their shingle. Hey, businesses that are invested in crypto, come to Bermuda. And it is part of a business and asset protection strategy. There's so much more you can do. But as far as just setting up shop elsewhere, it's one of the fastest ways to make sure that Uncle Sam doesn't have access to your business funding and your business taxes for the most part. It's more involved than that. Clearly, you need to go talk to a professional about how to set up your business interests.
And these are all opinions, and we are not giving you financial advice at all.
No, we are not.
This is just our hot take. Opinion.
Right.
Do not sue us.
Let's get through the news cycle here. DeFi dominance declines as Bitcoin and XRP steal the crypto market spotlight.
No.
Ooh. And then they have the sushi, logo right there, because apparently sushi is the ultimate example of how crypto is failing. DeFi is failing, I guess. So there you go. But DeFi's percentage share of crypto market, oh, shut up the block. There you go. Has declined, hitting lows not seen since last summer. Bitcoin has benefited from the ongoing Western banking crisis, and XRP is seeing price increases as Ripple battles the SEC. So, yeah, I mean, I see that. I'm not an XRP guy. We don't hold XRP. I'm not like vehemently against other people owning whatever they want to own. I just don't see the fundamental value in XRP. So I would never, I'd never be like, oh my gosh, you're going to miss out on life-changing gains. You got to be all in on XRP and Cardano. Like, it just doesn't. It's like dying in my sleep. It's like dying in my sleep. I just don't feel it, right? Like, it's not there. It's not. You can't sway me. Gordon Murray says, didn't Bermuda take all of SBF's crypto? LOL. Yeah, fair point. They did really push hard to try to get involved in civil asset forfeiture or in business asset forfeiture. So, but governments do what governments do, right? The Tate brothers in Romania, the Romanian authorities tried to take a poke at them and claw back what they could from them.
Is he still in jail?
Nope. He was released a few days ago.
Oh, really? I didn't. Yeah, I had not heard about that.
Under house arrest, looking a little worse for the wear. I mean,
that's no small thing.
Romanian prisons are pretty. They're pretty inhospitable. So yeah, but you're right. Governments will always be interested in potentially taking your stuff, and so you got to be careful about where you set up shop. That's the other aspect of it, and that's why you have to have a strategy. But yeah, DeFi going down, and apparently that other. What is this all about? With the tokenized U.S. Treasury bills, you earmarked this.
I just earmarked it, and I actually did not really look at it. I wanted to ask you questions about it.
Looks pretty cool. Let's talk about this really fast. And hey, thumbs up, and do share the link while we're live if you haven't already. Thank you so much for your support. It means the world. Really appreciate you, and thank you again for understanding that I took down my last live stream because I mentioned some things. I said some things in the heat of the moment while I was streaming. I guess I just got.
You needed me there.
I really did. Here's the thing, right? Like, you need to have healthy relationships in your life.
You need that calming influence.
Pretty much, people who try to steel man their own abilities or who pretend like they've got all their shit together. I just don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. You need to have healthy relationships, and if you don't, you're going to take it out on other people in weird ways. So anyway. But I deleted that video. I was not very happy with some comments that I made. And, I try to hold myself to a higher standard. So there you go. Shouldn't require too much explanation. But the T-bill tokens are Ethereum-based ERC20 standards, transferable between different blockchain wallets. Yet you can always wrap or bridge ERC20s. But apparently, the T-bill token is they're offering access to U.S. Treasury bills. I mean, man, you can earn a U.S. risk-free rate, yields of about 4.8% per year, starting from March. They say, we wanted to create the opposite of a Trust Me Bro product for DAO treasuries, Web3 institutions, and crypto funds. There's around 130 billion worth of stablecoins sitting on the sidelines and not generating any meaningful yield as DeFi yields continue to lag further behind traditional financial assets. There's a growing demand for institutional-grade DeFi products that offer low risk, liquid, and transparent returns to stablecoin holders.
I like this.
Yeah, me too.
This is I see someone trying to solve a problem.
Yes, they are, and they're right. There is a need for yield. The there's always the question of issuing authority and now compliance. Because when you start to get into U.S. Treasuries, you have to be compliant with the issuing authority. You have to make sure that you're playing by their rules because it is their game.
But what are the rules?
Right?
How do you play by the rules when no one will tell you what the rules are? It's Lucy with the football.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, she's ready to pull it out from under you.
That was a Charlie Brown reference, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, Paul D says they're going to get sued. I think so.
Probably.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
It's going to be regulation by enforcement in this case, like the SEC has been doing repeatedly. That no one's going to give the clarity. They're going to keep on looking for the clarity, and it simply will not come. I think there are other ways to do this, but man, going straight for U.S. Treasury bills, how could they not get sued, right? By the authorities. It's maddening too, because you would also think if they write for a letter of clarification from the SEC or the CFTC or both, then they should get a letter of clarification specifically on U.S. Treasury bills. It should be totally non-controversial for them to just ask and get an answer. But they probably won't.
Right.
And you're right. They'll probably get sued.
Well, isn't that what Coinbase said? Is that they asked for clarification and instead what was it called? A mill something.
Yeah. It was a Wells notice.
Wells notice.
Yeah. Instead of like
notice.
Instead of clarification, it's like, by the way, you're probably going to get sued really soon. You probably broke the rules. We asked you what the rules were.
Yeah.
It's insane. Absolute insanity. So, I mean, good luck to them. I hope it turns out well. Let's talk briefly about AI. And
yes.
This is another thing we mentioned earlier on. We kind of hinted at it. But what's the headline? Hey, Jason Nelson. Hey, shout out to the homie, Jason Nelson. You didn't meet Jason while we were in Denver.
I might have. Maybe.
Okay. We need to meet up with Jason when we're at Consensus or he might be at NYC,
okay.
NFT NYC. But cool dude. And he's one of my favorite authors at Decrypt because he's one of my favorite people in the world. So he always chooses really great stuff to write about, and it's always timely.
Nice.
But
okay.
So
Midjourney's AI platform blocks images of Chinese president, sparking ethics debate.
Oh, an ethics debate? What? Well, let's yeah. I rearranged some of the content here because there's more to this story. There's more to this story than that. So, I mean, I don't know. So banning images of a certain individual on an AI platform, is that any more or less fair or ethical than allowing for lifelike human images to be generated in the first place? Mm-hmm. Because we still have this thing called Photoshop. You could still create the body of some person that doing a thing that you think is funny, and then Photoshop the face or the head of the individual that you want to go and lampoon. Right? That you want to go criticize. Right? Or make public comment or parody about. It's called free speech. It's called fair use.
Yes, but this is China.
Yeah. I get it. I get it. But
they don't have free speech.
Midjourney is not. I didn't think they were a Chinese company. Let's take a look at the article here. Right. So, yeah. But Midjourney, they are not. He tested it himself. He used his own name, right? He's like, I want to do this thing. The phrase Chinese president is banned. Oh my. Can't even use the Chinese president's name in a prompt. But they're based in San Francisco. That said, Silicon Valley is, in essence, the Chinese VC's playground. Anytime you hear people talking about, like, oh, it's a Silicon Valley-based startup, there's a pretty good bet that there's Chinese money involved, and a lot of it.
Yeah. Well, and we've already seen really interesting bias as people have tested out stuff with ChatGPT about hey, say something nice about this political figure. Now say something nice about that political figure. And it is both things are not the same.
Right, exactly. Yeah, left versus right. When you ask ChatGPT to weigh in on political thought or opinion, what I will say is that it doesn't take much training to get ChatGPT to write something using your worldview and your frame. You can do that, and I have had ChatGPT write some pretty based stuff actually regarding the efficiencies of that have been introduced into proof of work mining and how proof of work mining actually is a net credit to the ecosystem and to the ecology, right? Like that's what I'm looking for here. I'm super underslept and super undercaffeinated, but yeah, I got ChatGPT to write a pro Bitcoin mining written piece entirely.
Well, maybe that bias just wasn't inherent in the code yet.
Yeah, right. It might not be political enough. It might not be like there's a hardline stance with the entire, this entire group versus that entire group. But it was pretty awesome. I felt very proud of myself for getting ChatGPT to be like a diehard, in that moment, a diehard proof of work maximalist. Because you ask just on the face of it, it'll parrot all the low information talking points of energy use bad. Is conservation good? That means mining bad. And so, yeah, it is. It's a low information take. It's a very childish take, actually. You do have to learn a little more to understand.
But it's problematic that something like this technology already has inherent bias laced into it.
Yes, 100%. Yeah,
which is what we're looking at here, right?
Yeah, totally. But there's more to it. Apparently, over on Cointelegraph, there's already breaking news about how the users are finding workarounds on the ban. So score one, humanity. You stuck it to the man. You stuck it to Midjourney, who I guess was trying to be responsible. But yeah, there's an ethical debate of why would you prevent people from doing it if you can say, use the same platform to bring Marilyn Monroe back from the grave without the permission, right, from her estate. Or any other, or we'll use somebody more recent and controversial and tragic, right? Like Amy Winehouse or somebody, right? That died more recently, right? And similarly, tragically, totally addicted to friggin' all kinds of drugs and, terrible lifestyle, very tragic death, younger than she should have. You can bring her back to life, essentially, doing and saying all kinds of things with AI.
Right.
But we can't make fun of a standing world leader. That's political cartoonists for as long as we've had written material, like periodicals, newspapers and stuff. Political cartoonists and satirists have done this professionally. It's like their only job is making fun of these people.
It's strange coming from an American company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. That is what freedom of speech is designed to protect, is your ability to make fun of and even speak poorly about world leaders, to speak truth to power.
It begs a lot of questions, actually, about the state of things. But necessity is indeed the mother of invention, and they found a workaround. Yay.
That's awesome. Hey, Gordon Murray talks about how he got ChatGPT to write a JSON model for the Grafana dashboard for his Alephium node. That's pretty cool. Here's the thing. When it comes to proofing certain kinds of code, having it explain code examples and snippets to you, having it comment code, and then generate simple code. So simple scripts in Python. I actually use ChatGPT to find the simplest way for regular expressions and for FFmpeg bash commands to be able to work with media. Because why would I go and search through Stack Overflow and find 15 ways not to do it when I can get ChatGPT to tell me in 2 seconds the best way, the cleanest way to do it, and even improve on the finest examples that are available in Stack Overflow, right? Because I'm not a programmer. That's not what I do. I'm not going to, at this point, I'm never going to waste another 24-hour period trying to become a deep expert at simple scripting, right? At scripting languages. It just will never make sense for me. It simply won't, because things like Python and and other simple bash commands or whatever. Hey, if you got the full man page for DD or some other commonly used library in Linux, if you've got the full man page memorized, good for you. ChatGPT does it better. And you are replaceable, and your skill set doesn't matter anymore. I know.
Ouch.
Bitter pills. Right there. But Midjourney, this is, we're on the event horizon, and people are figuring out a way past it, which I think is important. This was apparently an entirely fake photo. I thought it was real. It was funny
that
looking.
was fake?
It was fake. You were duped.
I was duped.
Yep.
So the Pope is not a fashion icon.
He is not a fashion icon, but he could be. Good grief. Living in Italy? Why, yeah, he's living below his privilege.
He's rocking that coat.
Last piece, Mulvad, the makers of the VPN that I like most, there is no way for me to get an affiliate credit for mentioning them because they don't even have an affiliate program. They're just that good. They're one of the best VPNs as far as actual security and privacy. They are making a browser, and they made it in connection with Tor, right?
Ooh.
with the Tor project, right? So think of it as like the Tor browser, but without Tor. It just connects more easily to your VPN. So it can be used with, with Tor if you want to. This is just, think of this as like the regular mode of Brave browser, and then Tor would be like the Tor mode of Brave browser, only it's actually better at Tor, and it's actually better at privacy, and it's not based on Chromium. So anyway, I was a very nerdy breakdown today. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. Mrs. Mind Your Biz, what do you say? We're on spring break. Why don't we go watch a movie?
Oh, yeah.
Let me get out of here. Hey,
D&D, guys.
As much as we really like spending time with you guys, we got a family to go spend time with also, and we will be back soon. Hey, it's no disrespect. We'll be back very soon talking with you about all things crypto, the full 360-degree view. Austin says he already tried Mullvad browser yesterday. Not bad at all. Awesome. I'm going to do a first look as well, just a quick install. I'm going to see also if it's available through Homebrew, because I don't want to have to keep downloading updates. I'd rather just do package management if I can, and rather not go through the iTunes store. So we'll see on macOS if that's available right now, and I'll go through all that. Thanks for watching the end of the video. You're the reason that we make this media. Love your face. Remember to stay private and mind your biz.